that doesn't even equate to what's actually happening in the real world
at all.
Because again, majority of black men are marrying and having kids with black women.
Some of these men are in support. I'm seeing more and more men, even men that have been loosely affiliated with the Black Manosphere, saying abort. Of course they are. Two men actually shared an message today that like some of these men need to have been aborted. But see, here's my problem with that. I would say that abortion is something that black women should be considering when it comes to giving birth to these men. And again, I know that
I just need you to know
What the
I just need it to be very
are
clear
we talking about?
that trying to eliminate any one race or group of people is literally called genocide.
Or it's still it's crazier.
a lot of people are looking at it as if it's something horrible, that is genocidal. But at this point, it literally is connected to your survival.
What the?
I'm done.
I can't.
I'm done.
That is that. Oh my God.
Shalom, Kahalo, Yahabashim Yahshai, Bahara Kakadash, Yahabashim Yahshai, Bahashim Kakadash Brakadam. Double honor to our apostles who are elders, which are of GMS, who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This is Rob Amath with the GMS Nebraska camp. Just coming through to give y'all brothers a little quick hit, man. Someone sent me a video earlier. I'll put it in post-production, before, after, or before and after. But as you see in the video, man, our women have, they're hard-headed and stiff-necked, man. In this particular case, our women are hard-headed and stiff-necked. They dug a hole, and this is, if the shoe fits, wear it. Shouldn't have to do a prologue of pampering whoever can't hear it. You know what I'm saying? This shows the reason why I said this is not a taboo thought, because she's just saying it so calmly. She's settled in this mindset. Anything but self-accountability. The logic in itself of saying that, if a black woman has a male son, they should abort him. Because you're just going to keep saying the man is the problem. But I'm going to tell you this. At the end of the day, the Lord's will be done. The Lord is not going to eliminate the Israelites. Okay? And this is another valiant proof on why women are not supposed to be in leadership roles, because of a thought process such as this. Okay? They're meant to lead children, not adult men. Okay? Or the world in itself. To sit there and speak of a genocide and then say as a black woman this, as a black woman that, it's just retarded, man. But let's get into some scriptures, man. See here. I'm gonna go into Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. It says, "A tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for her delicateness and tenderness." Yeah, our women used to be very, tender and delicate, meaning they took care of themselves. Their quiver smelt good because of the foods they ate. They ate real good. They ate well. They took care of themselves. They worked out. I ain't saying going to the gym and shit like that, but they were active. They weren't, sitting there and watching Bad Girls Club and whatever TV show you want to watch and just scoff down, crab legs, man, and shrimp tails, But yeah, these type of women, they ain't talking about that women are tender and delicate, period. Our women, no. They were tender and delicate based off of virtue and character and looks. Because if you don't take care of your body, it's going to go to shit. The Israelite woman's body is a fantastic body, but if you treat it like nothing, you'll see where it gets you. And our women are receiving the brunt of that by these other nations. They're working out. You know what I'm saying? Now these other nations, they go and get these plastic surgeries, and our women follow suit. But what I'm saying is, when these heathen work out and our women don't, y'all still damn near half and half with them. But a person will take a woman that works out more than a woman that just sits around. Okay, so it's not nothing to brag about or accept. Okay, But let's continue, man. It says, he or her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, right? And toward her son and toward her daughter. You know, yeah, and that's that statement in itself. You've gone past the mindset of saying, oh, it's the men, but you went even deeper to say, well, if it's the men, we need to stop having them. You know, do you not realize that if you stop men or stop men of Israel stop being produced, that there won't be no more black women, so-called black, quote unquote black, for lack of better words. But that these type of women are too simple, and there's a lot of them, by the way. These type of women are too simple to even grasp that concept, which is the reason why you shouldn't. You know, the power of the Israelites' future is not safe in the black woman's hands, man. The nigger woman's hands. It's not safe. And this thought process is proof of it. And any woman that sets out to say anything that's not conducive to that, if you say we all don't think like that, that ain't nothing to sit there and say that for. It ain't all black women. If you feel like that and you say it ain't all black, y'all need to come and round up the troops and rebuke that bitch and rebuke any bitch that talks like this. So I don't want to hear shit about, oh, we ain't all like that. Well, dudes would show us then. Until then, you shoe fit, wear it. The bulk of y'all are like that. It's the same as when Esau or police do some fucked up shit, and then they say, well, all cops aren't bad. Well, do something about the bad ones then. Because if you don't do nothing, if you ain't what the Lord said, if you ain't with them, you're against them. It ain't no neutral ground playing both sides of the field, you know. So, but that's just that on that comment. But let's get back to the scriptures. It says, verse 57 says, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly, in the siege and straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. So this is talking about literal famine and eating them, and also the women use the children for, child support, alimony, not alimonies, but, with the basketball players, and women use their children for profit, okay, in many ways, all right, mainly through the court system, okay. In Isaiah 32 and 8, so like Isaiah 32 and 8, it says, but the liberal deviseth liberal things. You see, you're a woman. A woman that thinks like that is not under subjection or submission under the order of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and definitely not under the submission of the man. Okay? Which shows if you can't respect your head, that shows how much respect you have for yourself. Okay? It says, rise ye up, Slakia. It says, but the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear to my speech. Yeah, what's the liberal? We can wear what we want. My body, my choice. I'm every woman. It's all in me type of mentality. Now, if you say I'm a woman and this is what I could bring to the table, having your titties out shouldn't be one of them. Always showing your butt shouldn't be one of them. Talking down on a man or having an opinion shouldn't be one of them. Why is it everything that you have to express as a value of your gender has to be only thing that men look at? You know what I'm saying? Or if you have something that's a mental, it's of trying to be a man. But yet you want to get rid of men. You know why they say that? Because they don't want to change. And you can't beat men. Men are always going to be in a hierarchy and an order. And most of the women are just traumatized, man. Some nigga hurt them. Whatever bootleg nigga they pick, ate up all their kids' snacks and downloaded all the video games onto their son's PS5 and then hopped up and left or went to jail or something happened. And now they're traumatized. And this is the only solution. They don't sit there and say, have accountability to say, well, if I would have did this and that better, I would have got this result. They don't do that. Which is why the nigger woman cannot be respected. You're not to be, you shouldn't be. It's detrimental to have a respect towards the nigger woman, man. Because look at what their mind produces. And if as anybody says self-hate, I tell you what, I challenge you to go full blast on these bitches that say that. Because that's wrong, period. Whether you believe or not, that mindset is not a suitable mindset. It is not. You quit, you gave up, you know what I'm saying, or however you want to put it. Instead of following the man, you talking about getting rid of him. And we all know what it is. You want to just go to the other nations and deal with them, and you just think you're going to keep reproducing. That's the dumbest shit ever. You're not going to keep reproducing Israelites through you. And that's because of you beta male niggas and you back to African niggas thinking that, telling these women that they are the culture carriers because they give birth. Well, let me get the scripture, man. Let's finish this up. It says, many days and years ye shall be troubled, ye careless women, for the ventures shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. What does it say? Strip and make you bare, expose you for your true nature of what you really are, what you really want. You ain't in it for the culture, you're in it for yourselves. A lot of the N-dubs or nigger women like being nigger women, but at the same time they don't. They want to have straight hair. You know what I'm saying? All of them want to have blonde hair. You know? They want to talk and act and be in the same circle as these Edomites, man. Now, ain't nothing wrong with rubbing shoulders to handle business in that atmosphere, but you are yoking, trying to equally yoke with heathens and unbelievers just to feel a part of something. Okay, but your time is coming. Okay? So let's get this last precept. We're going to go to Lamentations 4:1. We're going to, the point is, I just read 4:1. It says, how is the gold become dim? Okay? What is the gold? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the men, but we're the apple of the Lord's eye as a nation. How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. There you go. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? The work of the hands of the potter. And this goes to all Israelites, man. Especially the men. You're supposed to be the standard of the world. And you out here gangbanging, man. Being homosexuals, doing everything but being an Israelite, man. Okay? Created a whole religion on woman worship, man. Again. Okay? Same thing what they did with the goddess Diana, man. In Rome, man. Same thing all over again. The fertility goddess. Okay? It says the tongue of the suckling, Salakia, I gotta go to 4 and 3. Says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. Yeah, and they got women, even our women, following after Esau. I don't want, breastfeed my child because I want to have saggy breasts. That's your job, man. You too worried about yourself that you can't even take care of your future. You forgot your purpose, man. But let's continue on. It says they give suck to their young ones. Even the beast. Sea monsters. The daughters of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. Yeah, they become cruel. You abortion. You're at the point that you don't even want to have males anymore. And that shows how wicked that is, because you got to wait a very long time to see the gender of a child to sit there and say if you're going to abort them or not. Says the daughter of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. Yeah. the nutrients, culture. That's the main nutrient that us as Israelite children, that our Israelite children need. Is the nutrients and milk of the scriptures and the culture of being an Israelite. And that's the last thing our women teach. And again, if you do, then why aren't you up in arms about somebody that's telling you to not only do the opposite, but to destroy our culture or any light to go in that direction? Right? Now, whether the women that agree do it or not, I'm not saying that I'm antagonizing, because a lot of women are undercover nigger women that present themselves as women of the Lord, and they like to be the canary in the cave, to sit there and say, well, all women don't think like that. I'm tired of anybody who say that, man. You start talking about Esau, where every Esau, Edomite ain't doing it. Well, go talk about the ones that are doing it then. Because at the end of the day, if anybody say, well, you shouldn't say things like that because all women are like that, then you're ultimately stopping the truth of what's being said, the problem at hand. So really, when you look at it like that, you're just with them. And you're just trying to play both sides. Okay? So that's just me being antagonistic when I say, if you believe that all women are like that, you should get up in arms and defend the ones that are, doing the right thing. Right? Because at the end of the day, these women are going to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. There's going to be 2/3. Everything is set. Everything is written. But to clear all that bullshit, BS, vagueness, and I'm with you guys, but you I hope you guys, all of us ain't, man, you defending them, you with them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching the video and see a nigga doing some nigga BS and a cop shoot him down, hey, he deserved that, man. And if they get on there and say, hey, guys like this need to go, I agree. Because that's what it is, man. Now, if it's, unfairly done or a wicked judgment done by Esau, and it's wicked judgment, which happens most of the time, man. Okay? Esau don't judge like he judges own. That's true. But that's a different subject for a different time. But we're going to get back on this, man. Like scripture, even the sea monsters know how to, take care of, their young. But you got our women talking about aborting all male babies. You got to get pretty deep into the birth process to know if the gender of a child. That shows how demonic that is, man. All right. It says the tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. Yeah, most men, specifically men, aren't. I say women too. They aren't raised culturally to be an Israelite, man. You're raised women to if you can't find the right man, to bounce around and get the next man, the next man, the next man until you find the right man. That's a whore. Okay? If you don't want to say whore, that's a fornicator. Okay? Men, to pretty much let the woman do what she want to do, be a beta male. You know what I'm saying? You're being effeminate. The scriptures say you shouldn't be effeminate. Being soft. Not being able to step up to challenges, not being able to step on the front lines. Always looking for the easy way out. Because those are beta males, man. Okay? It says, they that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embraced dunghills. Yeah, we were meant to be a holy people. Okay? But it says we were brought up in scarlet. That's our culture. But you embrace dunghills. You embrace dunghills. Not you were forced or your head was shoved into it. You embrace dunghills. You embrace that bundle. You embrace the Louis and all this. And then you have Jakes that have the zeal but not according to knowledge, that'll be like Dame Dashes in the, I tell you, we need to own our own stuff. We need to have this. We need to stop running to Esau. We need to do that. And Jake, but this nigga crazy, he hating, he's an angry guy. Look at him, ha ha ha. And then years down the line, you'll see he's true, and then everybody trying to get on the bandwagon, but you're fucking 5 years too late, 7 years too late. You just ran with the media, all the media Esau showed you. So let's continue on, man. For my battery's sake. It says, verse 4 and 6, it says, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughters of my people is greater than the punishment of the sins of Sodom that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her, man. So the Lord is sending out a threat, man. Like the shit that what this was spewing out this woman's mouth, and the shit that spew out of these niggas' mouths. But period, the stuff that she's saying is worse than the sins of Sodom, man. The Lord called us and chose us to be, you know, as the sand of the sea, as the rulers of this earth. And that type of what they're saying is specifically going against the Lord's will. That is directly for the Lord to establish Israel as a nation. You know what I'm saying? And to be the rulers of the earth, and for the nigger women to say we about to get rid of all men. Why did you think the pharaohs wanted to get rid of all men? Why do you think the Herod wanted to get rid of all men? Because they wanted to end Israelite culture, man. They wanted to end us. And they've tricked you nigger women into believing the way that they say that you should live is the standard of living. It ain't nothing but candy, Takis and Fritos of information, man. It tastes good. You know, it's the McDonald's of culture, man. You know, it tastes good, but there's no nutrients. It's cancerous. It's the cigarettes. It's the cocaine of culture, man. Make you feel good for a hot second, but you too afraid to let it go because you don't want to not feel like that no more. Because in all reality, a lot of these women don't feel like they're anybody without what Esau gave them, without Section 8, without bundles, without waist trainers, without the ability to talk down to a man. You know, the culture of how a woman treats a man. Without that, and you have to be submissive and cook and clean and be subjective unto your husband, be in subjection to your husband. A lot of you women feel like you're non-existent, or you probably don't even have the skills mentally or physically to even accomplish that because of Esau, man. And then Esau promised you these fiat opportunities, man, and you don't want to let it go. But guess what? The Lord's will, according to the Lord's will and the prophecies, is going to be broken into shambles, and all you're going to have in your hand is fucking sand, man. Okay? Just like he said, man, it's a breach that's ready to fall, man. You cleaved unto the chariots, went down to Egypt, and you didn't ask at the Lord's mouth, man. You didn't ask the Lord if you could execute and get rid of all males. You know what I'm saying? That's nowhere near the Lord's will. It's probably why all y'all want to be into all that Egyptology, because you can't come to the Lord with all that dumb shit that y'all trying to pull, man. So you got to choose another covering. That's pretty much what it is. But I don't want to drag on and go on and on about it. Pretty simple. It's just infallible proof as to why we say, man, hey, man, don't be dealing with these nigger women, man. You know, that's an evil generation of women that's out here, man. And if you get your end up, man, hey, man, you better get your woman of the Lord, man. But I ain't going to even say a woman of the Lord. When I say a woman of the Lord, a cultural woman of the Lord. Not one to say shalom and all that. A woman that knows to be submissive and under subjection, that knows to cook, clean, and take care of the children. And they're excited to do that. They don't feel like it's a task. They actually love cooking for their husbands. They actually love taking care of their children. Not feeling like you owe them money for doing this. Or they're in control because they're doing this. You know what I'm saying? When I say get you a Israelite woman, I'm talking about a cultural Israelite woman. The cook, the cleaners, the ones that are in the submission and the subjection. So with that being said, you know, call all Yabashim Yahshai, Bahara Kokadash, Yabashim Yahshai, Bashim Kokadash Brakathum. You know, Shalom.
That doesn't even equate to what's actually happening in the real world.
At all.
Because again, majority of black men are marrying and having kids with black women.
Some of these men are in support. I'm seeing more and more men, even men that have been loosely affiliated with the Black Manosphere, saying abort. Of course they are. Two men actually shared an message today that like some of these men need to have been aborted. But see, here's my problem with that. I would say that abortion is something that Black women should be considering when it comes to giving birth to these men. And again, I know that
I just need you to know.
What the
I just need it to be very
are
clear
we talking about?
that trying to eliminate any one race or group of people is literally called genocide.
Or it's still it's crazier.
a lot of people are looking at it as if it's something horrible, that is genocidal. But at this point, it literally is connected to your survival.
What the?
I'm done.
I can't.
I'm done.
That is that. Oh my God.